Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Rachel O'Leary, and today I just wanted to stop by the 3 bins that we built for under $100 each. Now this one was the muck basket tub, and this is the one that houses those baby goldfish that I found in my greenhouse after purchasing plants from Texas. Now this is definitely the most shaded tub that I have in my yard, and this is also the one that utilized the super cheap solar pump. And you can see that even though it's really full, almost full shade, this part of my deck gets absolutely zero direct sun. The lilies have grown up, the salvinia has really recovered and is covering the surface, the creeping jenny has gone bonkers, and the plants that are in that Laguna floating thing have done really, really well. Now I'm not at all sure if I'll actually get lily blooms with them being in this much shade, but for the most part, I think that this tub is pretty successful for it was. This one was, this one and the whiskey resin one that we'll look at next, I think we're under about $40 total, which is super cheap, and it's been a really easy way to just enjoy having some plants on my deck here. Now, the solar pump, as I mentioned in the review video I did of it, is, it's not so hot because, of course, in order for the solar pump to work, it has to be getting direct sun. And so it maybe runs for about 4 hours a day, but there's no issues with mosquitoes in this tub because of the goldfish, and everything is looking pretty good. Let's go take a look at the plastic whiskey barrel. Now this tub, I think because of the amount of flow it gets from that pump we put in there, loses the most water of all of them. And again, this one is a pretty shaded area. It gets maybe 3 hours of sun a day, but still the plants are going bananas. They look really great. Again, they're in another one of the floating Laguna planters. The salvinia is covering nicely. And, I think it's pretty successful. Now, I still haven't put any fish in this one yet. I should probably do that, but again, simple, easy. Really can't complain. Let's go take a look at my absolute favorite tub of all my tubs this year. Now, just to refresh your memory, this is the one that I spent the most on, and it was definitely at $100. Mainly because we decided to build the DIY waterfall feature. This is the Tough Stuff tub, and I just think it is so successful. Now, this one is still, again, not full sun, but it does get at least 5 hours of direct sun each day, and then several hours of this indirect sunlight that it has right now. And you can see that the plants are going absolutely bonkers. They look amazing. Everything's flowering, super healthy, and looks really, really good. And I have to tell you guys, for next year, I'm really going to consider getting a bunch more of these tubs and doing this super cheap waterfall feature too. Especially with how the loosestrife, this plant here, has grown in around that box. It really just provides a wonderful auditory appeal. And this thing looks really nice. And in fact, I can see this giant taro from inside my house, and it is all of a sudden just growing in leaps and bounds. Now, the one issue I do have with this particular tub is nothing to do with its construction, and it's everything to do with placement. Because this is on the corner of my house here, this one gets hit with a bit of wind, and you can see that especially in this cardinal plant, which is planted into another one of those Laguna floating planters. I think that when I do this again, if I have the tub here, I'm definitely not going to utilize any of those floating planters. I'll be utilizing deeper baskets because since the floating one is relatively shallow and stays completely waterlogged, the root structure on these plants is relatively flimsy. Which means they're growing sideways as the wind blows them. But, in totality, I think all of these tubs have been extremely successful, and I hope that a lot of you that decided to give it a try this year have had the same level of success as me. Now, it's only the beginning of July, so I can't wait to see what happens with these the rest of the season. Make sure you're subscribed with that notification bell on so you don't miss any updates like this, any of my ventures, or other projects around the fish room and the yard.